Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Yes, sir.
can we begin?
Yes.
Hello, Priyankarji, you are there? Hello. So good evening to all of you. President of the occasion.
Yeah, thank God, because it's really troublesome. I'm saying that now only you can hear me. I was unmuted for a long time. Now even the video is, so let's start, whatever.
Hello, Namaste.
Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry for the initial issues. Okay. So Namaste and good evening to all of you.
Sir, is it audible now?
Yes, you're all audible.
Okay.
We're going to start the proceedings. So good evening to all of you. Respected President of the occasion, Professor Priyanka Upadhyaya, UNESCO Chair for Peace at the Benares Hindu University, Professor Sadashiv Dwivedi, Professor Ravindra Mule, Professor Nishigant Borge, Dr. Sandeep Dikhale, Shri Denny Amrithagiri, distinguished guests and learned listeners. In this session, we will be exploring what are the major events in India, the Kumbh Mela, and highlights the event's role as a symbol of peace, unity, and spiritual awakening. The UNESCO is hell-bent on preserving intangible cultural heritage for future generations. Its global wealth of cultural traditions and practices. The Kumbh Mela was declared as an intangible cultural heritage in December 2017. Well, its significance will be explained more in detail by Professor Priyanka Upadhyaya. Kumbh Mela, secondly, which is the largest peaceful congregation of pilgrims on earth, during which participants bath or take a dip in the holy Ganga. The 2025 Prague Mahakumbh Mela has witnessed an unprecedented turnout of 62 crore devotees participating so far. The UP Chief Minister has already described the gathering of such a vast number of people within a specific time frame as one of the rarest events of the century. Well, I'm sure that speakers led by Dwivedi will be detailing it further. My responsibility is to introduce the learned speakers on behalf of the UNESCO chair and the Amrithagiri Himalaya, who are jointly organizing this event. Professor Priyanka Upadhyaya is a UNESCO chair professor for peace and intercultural understanding at Benares Hindu University, where he also heads the Maldives Center for Peace Research. With over 3 decades of experience in teaching international relations and peace studies, he has made significant contributions to peace studies. He has been a visiting scholar at institutions worldwide, including Concordia University, Ulster University, University of London, and the Peace Research Institute at Oslo. His extensive publications His extensive publications cover topics in peace and conflict studies. And we are so grateful that we are so lucky that Professor Priyanka Upadhyaya is also the first chair professor of Amrithagiri Himalaya. I welcome you, sir. We have another outstanding scholar, Professor Sadashiv Dwivedi, to unravel the mystical beauty of Kumbh Mela. He is a professor in the Department of Sanskrit at Benares Hindu University, Varanasi. Professor Dwivedi specializes in Sanskrit literature, poetics, criticism, and history, and has contributed extensively to the field of Sanskrit poetics and literature. With over 3 decades of teaching and research experience in Hindu philosophy, religion, and its scriptures and rituals, his presence is a matter of immense pride for us. Sir, I welcome you. May I also introduce another distinguished scholar, Professor Ravindra Mule, an outstanding scholar in Sanskrit and Indology. Currently, Professor Ravindra Mule serves as a faculty member at the Center for Advanced Study in Sanskrit, Savitribai Phule University, Pune. He has made significant contributions to the field of Sanskrit studies. Professor Mule's research interests include Sanskrit literature, philosophy, and ancient Indian culture. He has been instrumental in promoting the study of Sanskrit and its relevance in contemporary times. On behalf of Amrithagiri Foundation and on behalf of UNESCO Chair for Peace, may I welcome you, sir. I may also take this opportunity to introduce Professor Nishikant Borshi, who is the academic head and dean at the International School of Management Studies, Pune. With over 30 years of experience in teaching and education administration, Mr. Borshi emphasizes the importance of imparting knowledge and guiding young minds in their educational journeys. Sir, I welcome you. May I also take this opportunity to introduce another distinguished scholar, Dr. Sandeep Dikale. Dr. Sandeep Dikale, who is also known as Sandeep Sagar, is a professor in peace studies at the MIT World Peace University, Pune. His academic interest encompasses Sanskrit, peace studies, management, Indology, and meditation. He is a professor who has pursued his education through the traditional Gurukul system at Tattwajna Vidyapith in Thane and holds multiple degrees, including PhD in Sanskrit and lexicography and a master's in Sanskrit from Pune University. He has also carried out studies at Edinburgh University and Yale University. May I welcome you, sir. And finally, the host, Shri Denny Amrithagiri, the chairman of Amrithagiri. I have no words to describe the philanthropic activities he has carried out in the Himalayas and for the preservation of River Ganga. A social entrepreneur. No, I would rather call him as an enlightened entrepreneur who was a business tycoon for Kerala, the land of Shankaracharya, and finds peace and bliss in promoting Indian philosophy and culture. He is a founder of Amrithagiri Himalayas, which is based in Uttarakhand, where he tries to empower the Himalayan village communities and promote sustainable living. As a person who has visited more than 45 countries and participated in the Mahakumbh Mela, I'm sure he could speak the real aspects of Kumbh Mela, which he experienced at Prayagraj, and propel him to organize a webinar like this on behalf of Amrithagiri. Once again, I'm thanking you. I'm welcoming all the delegates and participants, and also the great efforts taken by Ms. Vijayambi and Amrita. And we are now moving to the real business of a webinar. And over to you, Professor Priyanka ji. Thank you.
Thank you for unmuting me. This is really very enlightening that one is not allowed to speak for a while. It adds to human patience. But, well, welcome to this wonderful occasion, this great celebration of Mahakumbh, and especially in light of its enormous contribution to peace building, or to say planetary peace, especially in this very turbulent times. So thank you so much, Professor Girish Kumar, and of course to our great friend and the one who inspired this whole Amrithagiri Research Foundation or Amrithagiri Foundation, Shri Denny Amrithagiri ji. And we have heard something about his commitment to planetary peace, as we say, and how he's using the nature's attributes, the mountains, the rivers, to bring about that consciousness. And I think also one aspect which I'm gradually discovering is his commitment for social peace. So welcome, Denny, for this wonderful initiative. And for me, it's a I had to join this. I have joined it, not because of the fact that UNESCO is committed, or UNESCO chair for peace and intercultural understanding resonates so well with the ideals and work of Amrithagiri Foundation, but also because I see a way of living here. I see a light here in this particular initiative, which actually gives us not only the spiritual bliss, but also satisfaction of doing, bringing harmony and peace in our own lives and along with the community and the global community. So some of the very nice prefacing expressions are already with us. Thank you, Professor Girish. But let me say that, today as the pious Mahakumbh comes to culmination, actually, I think tomorrow, the major portion of Mahakumbh as such will be over. I may be, slightly, because there are different interpretations about it, not going there. But let me say that peace itself is about people, and especially mingling of people. Long years back, when I was exploring the meaning of peace, and I met with a very enlightened soul, not simply a scholar, but a practitioner. And I said that, can you give me a word in addition to harmony, bliss, etc., etc.? And he said, mingling with people, meeting with people around you, and mingling them with a sense of coexistence, sense of bliss, sense of celebration is what peace is about. And that way, I think Mahakumbh is an occasion, and I think it will live in history as one of those extraordinary moments where millions and millions of people, let's not go to the counting thing, because there may be 10 interpretations of it. Important thing is to realize that this is one greatest ever occasion of people coming from across regions, across geographies, and across cultures to a river. And the important thing to register is that meeting all difficulties, weathering all problems, people from all strata of society getting together, and still living without caring the religious affiliations of different communities who are there, or economic strata. So this is one example of what we say as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the planetary peace ideals we have. And this is an ideal which is not only relished in our culture, Indian civilization, but it is relished all over. I mean, these days, that's one of the things that I'm trying to know more about it. In different cultures, civilization, whether it is Ubuntu in Africa or in rest of the civilization, I think the important learning of today is that if we have to live peacefully, we have to think in terms of togetherness, in terms of caring for each other, in terms of living for the community, not for ourselves. And this is one kind of learning that people have when they come to Mahakumbh. And my job is, because we have very learned speakers lined up, and I would simply like to say that one of the major concerns of global people, global societies, global institutions, not the war-mongering institutions, not the military-based institution, but the peaceful institutions and organizations, has been to the concern how to bring about what UNESCO describes as the culture of peace. How do we develop and evolve a culture of peace, living together, accepting each other's differences, accepting each other's uh, incompatibilities, and still living together? last year, I think in 23, UNESCO culminated a decade-long celebration of what they call is the rapprochement of culture, French word, that different cultures coming together and coming together as a confluence. And this confluence reminds me of the river Ganga, as we call it, Ganges, whatever name you call it, the Triveni. And confluence has ever been so significant in our thought process. I come from the city of Varanasi, and there also this confluence takes shape in so many things, even between the Hindu and Muslim communities. We have Kabir Das, we have Bismillah Khan, who would play flutes in Lord Shiva's temple. We have Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb. See how the different two communities borrowed a sense of living together peacefully from Triveni, Ganga Jamuna coming together. So Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb. So these narratives, these dictums remind us that the impact of Mahakumbh, which is felt very intensely today, was simply a culmination of the way our civilization, or if somebody prefers the word, Sanatani civilization, prevailed. I mean, giving greater preference to community living and living together despite diversities. If India is kind of loved the world over, and that is because of our respect for our love for diversities and bringing together diversities, not of our own people, but also accommodating, merging together people who have come from afar, who have come from different cultures. And I think that way, Mahakumbh exemplifies that spirit of togetherness. Togetherness, not simply in terms of humans, but also in terms of all planetary elements that we have. And that is where I think the prayer of Shanti, I mean, the expression of Shanti in our tradition is not simply absence of war or conflict. It is about a union with nature. It is about respecting every living and not living being together. So Mahakumbh exemplifies this, and I hope and pray that spirit of togetherness and working together. I mean, we have wonderful speakers. Professor Dwivedi is going to kickstart, as we call it. And only the other day, I was talking to him, and he explained to me in great detail that it was actually a very meaningful idea to bring both Sur and Asur together for Amrit Manthan. We need to learn to work even with those people whom we consider to be evil, because unless we work together, we will not be able to get that Amrit. So this is a message today that I would like to think, and especially it's so thoughtful that this Amrithagiri Foundation is taking up this issue, because after all, we are all in search of that Amrit, even if we don't live forever bodily, but our soul, our spirit should live forever. So with these expressions, I would be very keen to hear my colleagues and wonderful speakers here, and I congratulate Girish ji, who brought me in association with Mr. Denny Amrithagiri ji, and I hope all of us will become a part of this network, because today it's all about network. We are connected. Amrithagiri is already connected with all of us. We are all part of this network, and we will hope to carry on our march towards greater bliss and happiness. Thank you very much.
So I request Professor Dwivedi ji to make his keynote address. Hello.
Hello.
Please ask Dwivedi ji to make his keynote address.
वागर्थायु संपृक्तौ वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ. Mahakumbh 2025, The Journey of Peace, is the title of the webinar which is being organized under the auspices of Amrithagiri Research Foundation in collaboration with the UNESCO Chair for Peace, Banaras Hindu University, Center for Peace and Development, Varanasi. I first of all extend my pranamas to all the esteemed speakers, especially to Professor Priyankar Upadhyay ji, who introduced me to contribute in this webinar. Dr. Ravindra Mule ji, renowned scholar, Dr. Sandeep ji, and Dr. Nishikant ji, who have been included in the panel to discuss about Mahakumbh 2025. I extend my pranamas to all these scholars and also to all the participants. First of all, we shall discuss about the word Kumbha. Kumbh is a Sanskrit word. Here, Kumbh means Prithvi. Kumbh, Prithvi. Kumbh, Prithvim, Umbhati, Purayati va iti Kumbham. One who fulfills the entire land with prosperity and the sense of eternity is known as Kumbh. This is the meaning that the word Kumbh actually stands for. We all perform pujas at our houses, and the most important thing that we do in the very beginning is the Kumbh Sthapana. Without Kumbh Sthapana, any of the Sanatana Vedic puja is not actually performed. So what is the verse which is actually recited at the time of putting a kumbh in Sanatani puja? That verse is also very important. In that verse, we say that Kalashasya Mukhe Vishnuhu Kanthe Rudraha Samashritah Mule Tatra Sthito Brahma Madhye Matrigana Samaha Madhye Matrigana Sthitaha Kukshau tu Sagaras Sarve Saptadvipa Vasundhara Rig Vedoth Yajurveda Samaveto Yatharvanaha Angaischa Sahitas Sarve Kumbham tu Samashritaha. This is the verse that we recite while putting the kumbh before performing any type of Sanatani puja. Here we say that all the gods are actually residing in the kumbh. They reside in the kumbh and they bless the human beings for their upliftment. Not only the gods, but all the Matrigana, all the Devis are also present in the kumbh. And even all the oceans are three auspicious rivers, Ganga, Bhagavati Yamuna, and Bhagavati Saraswati. This is what we have details about the performance of the types of kumbhas in our tradition. Now I would like to quote one very famous chaupai of Tulsidas ji, which comes in Balkand. Magh makaragati ravi jab hui. Magh makaragati ravi jab hui. Tirath pati av sab koi. Dev danuj kinnar nar shreni. Sadar majjahi sakal trimeni. So this is the actual source of purity. This is the actual source of internal and external peace both. Because Tulsidas ji says that Deva Danuja Kinnar Nar Shreni. Shreni means the number of Devas, number of Danujas and number of Kinnaras. They used to come here. Sadar Majjahi Sakala Triveni. And they take dip into the holy water of river Ganga with full devotion, with an auspicious feeling, without any type of internal conflict, almost forgetting all types of their differences. This is the real sense of the organization of Mahakumbh. So now on Makar Sankranti, when the sun moves into the Makar Rashi, Kumbh is held at Tirtharaj Prayag, at Triveni, the confluence of three auspicious rivers. So far as Nasik and Ujjaini are concerned, when sun comes into Singha Rashi, Kumbh is held at Nasik. And when the sun comes to Mesh Rashi, the Kumbh is held at Ujjaini. This is the detail that is available in Shastras about the performance of the Kumbha at these four places. Now, why only at these four places is another question that arises. So we come to the story of Samudra Manthan, Katha of Samudra Manthan, which is mentioned in 6th chapter of the 8th skandha of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. This entire story, entire Katha of Samudra Manthan is held. This is in Samudra Manthan, what happens? First, the demons defeated the Devas. Asuras defeated the Suras. And how the demons became so powerful is the question that arises. It is because of Shukracharya, their guru. And the Shukracharya was having an unparalleled quality, power, that is Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. What does it mean? The power of making the demons immortal and make them alive again, even after being declared death in the war. So the demons were having unparalleled power, and they overcame the Suras. In this particular situation, all the gods or Devas approached Lord Vishnu. Here the name of the Lord Vishnu is Ajit. Ajit means he cannot be conquered. He cannot be overpowered by anyone. And they asked him how the way to overcome the demons. It was necessarily required as to strengthen and establish the rule of dharma, righteousness, for the entire humanity, for the peace and tranquility of the entire humanity. Lord Ajit advised them that the only way, he suggested them, was to make Samudra Manthan of the Kshir Sagar. And before Samudra Manthan, in order to attain Amrit, what shall we do? We should put all the types of aushadhis available in Prithvi, in the water of Kshir Sagar, and then move it with Mandarachal with the help of Vasuki Nag. But it was not possible for the Asuras alone to move it. and reach up to the last, that is the evolution of the Amrit. So God advised them, in order to accomplish this, they have to take the support of Asuras also. The gods only were not at all powerful enough to make Samudra Manthan successful. Thus, they essentially required the power of demons too to reach their ultimate goal of achieving Amrit. Thus, Lord Vishnu tells them, there is a very important verse, and this verse tells us about this tragedy that we shall follow in order to achieve a higher goal. He says that, Arayopi sandheyah sati karyartha gaurave ahi mushakavat devah hyartasya padavim gataihi. This is a very good example of conquering or achieving a higher goal. You will have to make sandhi with asuras in order to achieve your goal. But he gives an example. The Lord Ajit gives an example. That is, Arhi Mushakavat. Ahi means snake and Mushak means the mouse. Now, what is the story of snake and the mouse? Here, a mouse enters into the basket of a snake, and both are actually opposite to each other, but both are caught in the basket. And they eagerly wanted to get out of it as early as possible. But if they will fight, they won't get out of it. The snake, in this situation, advises the mouse to make a hole big enough in the basket so that they can escape together. The mouse did so. The snake immediately swallowed the mouse and escaped alone from the basket. And this is the way that the Suras will have to follow in order to achieve the Amrit and make them strong enough to fight against the demon. That is in Devasur Sangram, which is expected in the near future. The same technique was to be followed by the Devas for Samudra Manthan. After the emergence of Amrit, Devas deprived Asuras from it. The Lord Vishnu, who is named as Ajit, told the Devas before the beginning of Samudra Manthan that Devas will have to accept all the conditions, right or the wrong, all the conditions of Asuras or the demons in order to achieve their goal, that is the emergence of the Amrit. If they will indulge in any type of fighting, fighting with the Asuras in the beginning itself, then they won't achieve their ultimate goal, that is the Amrit. Now, in Samudra Manthan, 14 Ratnas emerged, and they have been mentioned in the 9th chapter of the 8th skanda of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. So first of all, Vish emerged, that is Halahal, and Bhagwan Shiva, that is Neelakantha or Mrityunjay, adopted it, put it in his neck, and saved the entire humanity, entire world from its fire. Then comes out Kamdhenu. Kamdhenu was adopted by the rishis because Kamdhenu is essentially required for the successful performance of the yajnas. That is Panchagavya. Panchagavya is necessary for the successfully performing the yajnas. So rishis accepted it. Then the Uchchaishrava, the horse came out. Indra desired to have it, but Lord Ajit asked him not to stick to his desire, because the Rakshasara's Bali was also desirous of the Uchchaishrava. So they gave it to Bali. Then came Airavat. Airavat was adopted by Indra. Then came out the Kaustubhamani. It was taken by Lord Vishnu. Then came Kalpavriksha. Kalpavriksha was also taken by Indra. Then came out the Apsaras. The Apsaras were taken by Devatas. They were not actually taken by the Damans. Then came out Lakshmi. Lakshmi was taken by Lord Vishnu. Then came Varuni, Sura. It was taken by Asuras. Then Chandrama, then Sharngadhanus. Chandrama was adopted by Lord Shiva, Sharngadhanus by Vishnu. Panchajanya Shankha, the conch came out, it was adopted by Lord Vishnu. Then at the last, that is 13th Dhanvantari came out with the Amrithagiri Kalash in his hand. The symbol of Dhanvantari is indicative of good health that can only be obtained by maintaining internal purity and the peace. Three gods, sun, moon, and the Brihaspati, protected the Amrit Kalash from Asuras. The sun and the moon informed Mohini about the Rahu and the Ketu sitting between gods for the Amrit. Thus they were overpowered. They are still overpowered by the Rahu and Ketu during the solar and the lunar eclipse. The support of Lord Vishnu in Samant Manthan is unique in the sense that he suppressed the mountain Mandarachala strongly. He set below it in the form of Kachapa, tortoise, to protect it from submerging into the ocean. He transferred his power into both, equally in both Devas and the Asuras. He made the mountain strong enough to move the ocean round and round again. And ultimately he entered into the eyes of Vasuki, Nag, in the form of deep sleep. The dialogue between the demons and the devas is unparalleled, as it tells us how to conquer evils intellectually without indulging in any type of fight. Thus, what comes out of this entire episode? Peace depends on unity of human beings. Integrity in thoughts of action is very much required for achieving any higher goal. Moving for a single auspicious goal together without any discrimination, have no difference on the basis of caste, creed, reason, and religion. Thus, the Kumbh Parva is the biggest social and spiritual and the cultural source of integrity of the Sanatan Dharma. Social importance is that coming together without any discrimination. Spiritual importance is that liberation from all types of ill feelings or deeds, and it is the biggest symbol of unity in diversity all around the world, which essentially required to achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goal 16, which emphasizes peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we shall all pay attention to this story. And if you go deep into this story, from the dialogue which held between the Devas and the Asuras and the Ajit, Lord Ajit, that dialogue is very important a number of new things comes out of it. So this is what I would like to submit and extend my pranamas to all the organizers for giving me chance to speak a few words in this webinar.
Hello, please unmute my mic because I find it difficult to thank them properly. I don't know whether Professor Upadhyaya has listened to that. I'm so grateful to Divya for the beautiful speech you have made. We are so grateful to you for going deep into the intricacies of Kumbha. Thank you so much. And I'm also grateful to Professor Priyanka Upadhyaya for giving us a scintillating speech on the relationship between peace and Kumbh Mela. And over to you next, Professor Dule. Hello. Can you hear Professor Ravindra Mule? Professor Ravindra Mule.
Namaste.
Hello.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. Over to you.
वर्णानामर्थ संघानां रसानां छंदसामपि मंगलानां च कर्तारौ वंदे वाणी विनायकौ। यहाँ सब उपस्थित महानुभावों को प्रणाम करते हुए मेरे विचार आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करता हूँ। कुंभ के संबंध में अभी ही सदाशिव जी ने अब पूरा विस्तार से यहाँ बातें बताई हैं। जो मानव कल्याण के लिए विचार हमारे धर्म ग्रंथों में आया है, उसकी अनुभूति महाकुंभ पर्व में हमें निश्चित रूप से आती है। जैसे अभी कथा भी बताई कि कुंभ कैसे प्रारंभ हुआ और उसका महत्व जो है हमारे पुराणों में किस दृष्टि से है, इसका भी विचार यहाँ प्रस्तुत हुआ। लेकिन यहाँ प्रयाग क्षेत्र हो, हरिद्वार, नासिक, उज्जैनी, इस 4 तीर्थों में हमेशा के लिए एक होने के बाद दूसरे यहाँ अपना कुंभ का पर्व हमेशा चलता है। इस कुंभ के लिए जैसे वेद मंत्रों में कहा है, द्यौः शांति ही, अंतरिक्षज्ञ शांति ही, पृथ्वी शांति ही, आपः शांति ही, क्योंकि शांति के लिए प्रार्थना वेदों में की गई है। वैसे इस शांति का प्रत्यय हमें कुंभ में हमेशा के लिए आता है। जैसे क्योंकि जैसे कुंभ का अर्थ भी यहाँ बताया कि कुंभ कु नाम पृथ्वी, ये जो पूरा जो निर्माण हुआ है वो पृथ्वी से निर्माण हुआ है। जैसे हमारे उपनिषदों में भी कहा जाता है कि मृत्तिका इत्येव सत्यम, मृत्तिका जो है ये ही सत्य है, बाकी सब जो है वो उसके विकार है। ये मृत्तिका के अनेक घट बन जाएंगे, अनेक मूर्तियां भी बन जाएगी, लेकिन उसमें एक मूल जो है वो मूल मृत्तिका है। वैसे ही इस दृष्टि में पूरा देखने से एक ही तत्व सब जगह पर भरा है ऐसे यहाँ लगता है। रुचीनाम वैचित्र्यात् रुजु कुटिल नाना पथजुषाम नृणाम एको गम्यः त्वमसि पयसाम अर्णव इव, ये जो महिम्न स्तोत्र में कहा है उसकी प्रचिति महाकुंभ में हमें आती है। जैसे मराठी में भी तुकाराम महाराज ने कहा है, अधिकार तैसा करू उपदेश, जैसे जिस प्रवृत्ति के लोग हैं, क्योंकि कुंभ में आने वाले सब लोग जो है एक ही श्रद्धा से एक ही भाव से आएंगे, ये तो हम नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन मॉब साइकोलॉजी जो होती है उस दृष्टि से भी हम इसके ओर देख सकते हैं। उसके कथा के संबंध में और ये इसके चर्चा कर यहाँ मैं नहीं करूंगा क्योंकि सब हमारे सदाशिव जी ने यहाँ प्रस्तुत किया है। लेकिन इसमें जो जो प्रवृत्ति के लोग जो है वो यहाँ आते हैं। जैसे महाराष्ट्र में भी वारकरी जो जाते हैं, पंढरपुर यात्रा जो निकलती है, जैसे जगन्नाथ यात्रा भी होती है, और इसके संबंध में हम देखेंगे हमारे वारकरी संप्रदाय के लोग जो है पंढरपुर के ओर जाते हैं, सबकी प्रवृत्ति सबका लक्ष्य एक ही होगा ऐसे तो नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन वैसे होते हुए भी जिसमें अनेक प्रवृत्ति के लोग जो है, जैसे एकनाथ महाराज ने भी कहा है, भाव तोची देव ये अर्थी संदेह धरू नहीं। ये भाव जो है, हमारी श्रद्धा जो है, ये श्रद्धा के द्वारा पूरा परिवर्तन हमारे जीवन में भी हो सकता है। और ये परिवर्तन करने के लिए श्रद्धा, दृढ़ श्रद्धा होनी चाहिए। और ये दृढ़ श्रद्धा हमारे इस ये तीर्थों के ऊपर है हमारे जो, लेकिन इसका एक शंकराचार्य जी ने कहा है, कुरुते गंगा सागर गमनम व्रत परिपालनम अथवा दानम ज्ञान विहीनम सर्वमतेन मुक्तिर्न भवति जन्मशतेन। क्योंकि उसका जो तत्व जो है, ये यदि हम नहीं समझेंगे, क्योंकि यह हम कुंभ में जाते हैं, कुंभ में जाने के बाद जैसे मानस पूजा होने के बाद हम पूरा हम पवित्र बने हैं, ऐसी भावना जब तक नहीं होगी तब तक उसका उपयोग कैसे होगा, ये हमारे सामने हमेशा के लिए प्रश्न उठेगा। लेकिन केवल इतना ही नहीं, केवल मन का समाधान होना यही आवश्यक नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारे संस्कृति में जल का महत्व जो है वो अधिकता से दिया है। जैसे अपवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थांगतोपि वा यस्मरे पुंडरी का, जो जैसा भी हो, अपवित्र पवित्रो वा कोई भी हो, लेकिन जल के द्वारा, जल छिड़कने के बाद एक अपने शरीर पर रोमांच उठते हैं, वैसी ही भावना यहाँ आते समय हमारी हो सकेगी। और इसलिए अनेक प्रवृत्ति के लोग भी हो और एक हमेशा के लिए हमारे सामने प्रश्न उठता है कि अन्य धर्मीय लोग जो है अपनी एक उपासना स्थल जो है वहां हमेशा के लिए आते हैं, तो हमेशा ये प्रश्न उठता है कि हमारे हिंदू धर्म में यानी कौन से भी, क्योंकि जल जो है ये केवल हिंदू धर्म और इस मुस्लिम धर्म और क्रिश्चियन धर्म इसमें बंधा हुआ नहीं है, क्योंकि इसमें जो है कि गंगा के तीर पर जाकर, जैसे भर्तृहरि ने कहा है, कदा वाराणस्याम, मैं वाराणसी में कब जाऊं और वहां ये सब तीर पर वहां रहते हुए प्रसन्नता की अनुभूति मैं कहां से ले लूं, ऐसा भाव जो है इसमें आता है। लेकिन ये इसमें नित्योत्सव ही मंदिर जो है वो किससे शोभा पाता है, तो हमेशा के लिए जहां उत्सव बनता है, और ये कुंभ का जो है वो केवल उत्सव नहीं तो महोत्सव है, महा उत्सव है। और इसलिए यहाँ सम्मिलित जो हम उसके बारे में सुनते हैं और जो अनुभूति लेते हैं, तो अनुभूति लेते समय हमारा भी मन का उन्नयन होता है, और मन की अवस्था जो है वो उन्नयन होना ये हमारे लिए आवश्यकता है। जैसे भगवत गीता में भी कहा है कि आर्तो जिज्ञासु अर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ, सब प्रकार के भक्त होते हैं, ये 4 प्रकार के भक्त जो है उनके लिए भी हमारा ये कुंभ पर्व जो है सबके लिए अपने अपने श्रद्धा के अनुसार उसका कोई अपना कुछ फल पाने के लिए, अपना पाप क्षालन होने के लिए वहां जाएंगे, लेकिन कोई निष्काम कर्म से वहां जाएंगे, लेकिन अनुभूति तो एक प्रकार से हमें अनुभूत होगी। जैसे ध्यानावस्था में बैठकर जब गंगा का जल हमारे गंगा गंगेति यो ब्रूया योजनानाम शतैरपि, जो केवल गंगा का नाम लेते हुए भी हमारा मन पवित्र बन जाता है और इसकी अनुभूति वहां हम डुबकी लगाएंगे तो निश्चित रूप से एक हमारा मानसिक उन्नयन जो है वो हो सकेगा। और इसलिए जैसे मैंने अभी कहा कि आर्तो जिज्ञासु अर्थार्थी, ये जो है ये सबके लिए कुंभ महापर्व जो है ये हमारे लिए महत्व का है। जैसे अभी जो कहा कि कुंभ जो है ये हमारे शरीर की एक प्रतीक है, और जैसे कुंभ मिट्टी से निर्माण होता है और बाद में मिट्टी में मिल जाता है, उसका भी एक प्रेरणा, उसकी एक अवस्था जो है हमें यहाँ बतानी है। जैसे गर्भावस्था में गर्भ जो है, माता का गर्भ जो है, इसके लिए एक कुंभ ऐसे कहा है, और उसमें ये जन्म पाते हैं और कुछ काल तक वहां जीवन का अनुभव करके अपने अनंत में विलीन होना, ये भी इसमें अपेक्षित है। और इसलिए यजुर्वेद में भी कुंभ के लिए सर्जन का प्रतीक वहां माना है। और जैसे यहाँ कहा कि हमारा कौन सा भी धार्मिक पर्व हो तो उसमें कुंभ की स्थापना की जाती है, और इसलिए जैसे हमारे नवरात्र में भी जो कुंभ की पूजा की जाती है, और नवनिर्मिति जो है वो यहाँ बताया गया है। और इसमें देखिए कि अनेक प्रकार के लोग जो है, अनेक अखाड़ों जो है उनके भी लोग यहाँ आएंगे, अपना पवित्र बन जाएंगे। ये अपने इसका जब हम देखते हैं तो ये देखते समय ये करना है। इसलिए तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व, ये एक उपनिषद का एक सिद्धांत है कि जो हमें प्राप्त करना है, हमारे मानसिक शांति यदि हमें प्राप्त करनी है तो इसके लिए तपसा ब्रह्म, अन्य दूसरा कौन सा भी मार्ग नहीं है, कौन सा भी यश प्राप्त करने के लिए, इसलिए शॉर्टकट इसके लिए भी नहीं है। और इसलिए यहाँ तपना ये भी आवश्यक है। जैसे यहाँ आते समय कुछ संकल्प किए जाते हैं कि ये मैं करने वाला हूँ, और इसलिए तप, और यहाँ तो महातप होने वाला है। शील, परिमित आहार, आहार के संबंध में नियम वगैरह ये सब यानी करके, क्योंकि हमारे व्रत जो है, व्रतों में भी ऐसे ही कहा है कि ये करना है, किस लिए करना है। और स्नान का संबंध जो है, क्योंकि डुबकी लगानी है तो स्नान का संबंध शरीर शुद्धि के लिए है, क्योंकि शरीर शुद्धि और शरीर शुद्धि होने के बाद आत्म मन शुद्धि ये भी इसमें अपेक्षित है हमारा जो। और यहाँ गंगा, सरस्वती और यमुना, इन जो है, ये गंगा नदी जो है वो ज्ञान की प्रतीक है, और ज्ञान भी यहाँ प्राप्त होना है। और सरस्वती नदी विद्या का प्रतीक है, और यमुना जो है, यमुना मैया, तो ये कर्म की प्रतीक है। और ज्ञान, कर्म और विद्या, ये सब इसका सम्मिलन यहाँ होने का सूचित किया है। जैसे हमारे ग्रंथ जो है, ब्राह्मण ग्रंथ जो है, इसमें हमारा यज्ञ जो होता है, वो उस यज्ञ में हमेशा के लिए ये कर्म किस लिए करना है, इसका स्पष्टीकरण भी यहाँ दिया जाता है। और इसलिए शांति की अनुभूति यहाँ कैसे मिलेगी? कौटुंबिक शांति होनी चाहिए, सामाजिक शांति होनी चाहिए, और वैश्विक शांति भी होनी चाहिए। और यही जिस मंत्र में कहा है देवहु शांति ही, वैसे ही कि स्वर्ग के, ये स्वर्ग लोग जो है उसके भी शांति होनी चाहिए। और ये शांति होने के लिए एकमेव मार्ग जो है, यहाँ आने के बाद अपना मन पवित्र बने, और पवित्र बनने के बाद हमारा मन उन्मन बने, और इतना ही नहीं, हमारा जीवन भी उच्चतर अवस्था में अवस्था प्राप्त करे। ये संदेश हमारे महाकुंभ से, क्योंकि इसका अनुभव तो हम कर रहे हैं, टीवी पर देख रहे हैं, और वहाँ बहुत से लोगों ने अनुभव भी लिया है। और जैसे गंगा आरती और होती है, गंगा आरती के समय अनेक विदेशी लोग भी अपने तल्लीन हो जाते हैं, वैसे ही तल्लीन होना, आत्मभान न रहना, यही अवस्था इस दृष्टि से प्राप्त होती है। और ये कुंभ का महत्व है, ये ऐसे मुझे लगता है। मुझे यहाँ निमंत्रित किया, इसलिए मैं आपको सबको धन्यवाद देता हूँ। नमस्कार।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the great speech. Even though I cannot follow much of Sanskrit or Hindi, I really enjoyed the rhythm of your speech. Okay, but still, I could understand few words, and thank you so much. Now over to Professor Nishkant Borje. Professor Nishikant?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And before I begin, I must thank your foundation for inviting me and sharing my thoughts with you all. It's been wonderful listening to the great scholars, and their in-depth knowledge of Sanskrit has kind of overwhelmed me. But I shall not try and do much on Sanskrit. But I will take up the very theme of our journey, and that is Mahakumbh 2025 a journey of peace. We have got very good explanation of what Mahakumbh is. And like I said, I'm deeply honored to be there and listen to the great scholars, because we have reached a point in history of mankind where many of these in-depth knowledge that the words carry has been buried, and we are not able to really dig out the real meaning of these words. One of the words that I came across, kumbh, was that it is also a womb of becoming. And so, taking this thought a little further, I would like to use kumbh as a symbol of the journey of peace. Now, here I'm using the word symbol in rather technical sense, because a symbol does not point at itself. Symbol has a capacity of pointing to something beyond itself. It's like a metaphor. Metaphor is a linguistic symbol. And the word metaphor basically means to carry beyond. Metaphero. Meta means beyond, phero means to carry, from Greek. It is the word that it's not a concept, but it's a word in which we participate and which takes us beyond our present into a realm where we experience something far beyond. We are all pilgrims on the way to find something which we cannot really describe. Religions have used so many different terms to tell us what really the ultimate goal of religion is. But having taught religion for many, many years, I realized that we're only trying to console ourselves by using certain words, when in reality, we really don't know where we are heading. But this much we know, that this life is real, and it's there for us to teach us many, many deep secrets of reality. And so I'm using the word symbol, which comes from the Greek word symbalo. Sum means together, and balo means to throw. So two things are thrown together. Now we live in a world where we experience the physical realm, but we also experience the invisible realm that we are not able to. It's not a tangible world as such. So Kumbh stands as a symbol where these two realms meet. And people come from all across the land to participate. And here, participation is a very important word, because unless and until we participate in the symbol, we shall not really experience what the symbol is trying to teach us. So, what this symbol is really teaching us is togetherness. Now we have almost 6,000 years of human history, written history. And we have reached a point where we are so very disintegrated. We don't trust each other. There is no sense of relationship left in us. We are disintegrated within and we are disintegrated without. And that has disturbed our peace. And we are very, very disintegrated people. And we are searching for peace. Take a person like Albert Camus. He said, the world is so absurd. Here, man wants to search for meaning. And then, when he questions the universe is silent. So this is how absurd the whole life is. And then it goes further and it says, this leads to depression, loss of meaning, nihilism. And I think that's where today's world has reached, that we are not able to really find meaning in life. And where do we look for? We look for right within ourselves and with others. And that is a very important thing. So Kumbh stands for, as a symbol for togetherness. The journey of peace is not a single person journey. It's a journey of the entire humanity. In our own ways, we are all journeying towards it, towards not any definite place as such, but just journeying around. And it's not reaching a destination, but is basically a manner of traveling. And that needs to be very clearly understood. This is what really forms a community, this togetherness, which Kumbh has really taught us. The togetherness, coming together. Imagine so many people, millions of people coming there from all different parts of the land. And just to feel that oneness with each other. Not that they know each other, but they are tied together by that invisible force. And that invisible force is what I'm really talking about. And that invisible force is the presence of the divine, when we all come together in oneness. And that is how we become a community. And the word community basically means to come into unity. And that's what Kumbh stands for. I'm talking about it not from the ancient point of view, but from the present day problems that we all face. It's an experience, and we have to experience it. So symbol, Kumbh as a symbol leads us to that experience where we begin to understand oneness and ultimately come into unity. And once we experience the unity, that's when we experience the presence of divine in our midst. The second part I want to talk about is Kumbh as celebration. You know, this is one thing that is very much needed for human beings, to celebrate. Why do we celebrate? And celebration is not just, jumping around, but celebration is a religious act. And that's what Kumbh stands for, a religious act. An act in which What are we really celebrating? Look at it this way. After 144 years, the 7 planets have aligned themselves. Now that speaks of harmony of nature. And as above, so below, as they say, we're all trying to come together and align ourselves. That is what we are really celebrating. It means that we are in harmony with nature. And that is something which we need very badly in today's world, where man has, dealt very badly with the earth. And the earth today now is responding to our treatment of us. Earth is a living being, and we all, unfortunately, we are all, looking at reality from the Western perspective, which I call it as the anthropocentric perspective, where man is the measure of all things, as Protagoras said. And we want to dominate the world that we live in. And so we have made it into an object, and we have become the master of that object. And today now, when the earth is responding to our treatment, we now don't know what to do. Scientists say we can save the world, we can save the earth. Now that's a wrong slogan. What we ought to do is serve the earth, not save the earth. And that is something which we deliberately have to do. And this is what Kumbh stands for, that we come together in harmony for a greater purpose. And the greater purpose is establishing a relationship with nature. Inner peace and outer peace. Inner peace, if there is no inner peace, there won't be outer peace. And if there is no outer peace, there won't be inner peace. Now, both these are advaitic in their relationship. There is no one without the other. And this is a realization that we all should come to, because we cannot treat our home as an object. Our earth is a living being, and she needs to be treated with respect. And the day we change our attitude towards her, she will begin to respond to us more positively. So, my dear friends, I'm not going to take much of your time, but this much I can tell you, that we have to learn to look at our land from the Eastern perspective, and that would change everything. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir, for your great speech.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. And I would now request Dr. Sandeep Dikale for making his presentation.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Dr. Sandeep, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Am I audible?
Please go ahead. Thank you.
I have prepared a PPT, so I'll share my PPT. Is it visible now? Okay. स्नानं कुंभे महापुण्यं धर्मक्षेत्रे महोत्सवं त्रिवेणी संगमे दिव्यं षड्वारं सदा स्मृतम् ओंकार बिंदु संयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. It is an honor to be here among my acharyas, Professor Dr. Ravindra Mule sir, UNESCO Chair Professor Priyankar Upadhyay sir, Professor and Mahamahopadhyay Sadashiv Dwivedi ji, Professor Nishigan Borge sir, Honorable Amrithagiri ji, Girish sir, and all the scholars joined today. It is the 43rd day of Kumbh, and today's topic, Mahakumbh 2025, a journey of peace, is so relevant and important. As Professor Sadashiv sir, Professor Mule sir mentioned, that Kumbh Mela, the largest peaceful gathering of pilgrims globally, sees millions bathing in sacred river like the Ganga to cleanse themselves of sins and attain spiritual liberation, held every 4 years in Allahabad, Haridwar, Ujjain, and Nasik. The festival attracts people from all walks of life, including ascetics, saints, and visitors. Regardless of caste or creed, it combines astronomy, astrology, spirituality, rich cultural traditions, and thus the peace imparted through ancient manuscripts, oral traditions, and the mentorship of sadhus in ashramas and akhadas. Kumbh Mela serves as a profound spiritual and cultural event, deeply reflecting Indian society and showcasing the diversity. Mahakumbh is an intangible cultural heritage of humanity listed in 2017 in UNESCO's list of intangible heritage, as Professor Priyankar Upadhyay sir has mentioned. This year, the monumental event of Kumbh, currently unfolding in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, from January 13 to February 26, epitomize India's rich tapestry of spirituality, culture, and the timeless quest for inner and communal harmony. Let's see historical and mythological significance. Let's not get into it in more detail, as our previous speakers, previous scholars have dealt with this subject so thoroughly. So its origins from ancient Indian mythology, the legend of Samudra Manthan, as Sadashiv sir has told the story to us. Four locations like Prayagraj, Haridwar, Ujjain, and Nasik. This year, 144th years exclusively in Prayagraj, so it is the most auspicious thing. This creating divine alignment. So let's see the confluence of faith and peace. At the heart of the Mahakumbh is the Triveni Sangam, the sacred confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari. Pilgrims from diverse backgrounds converge here, united by shared belief in the purifying power of the waters. This act of collective faith transcends social, economic, and cultural barriers, fostering a sense of unity and peace among participants. The ritual of bathing in the Sangam is more than mere a tradition. It symbolizes the washing away worldly impurities and the renewal of one's spiritual journey. This mass act of devotion exemplifies how personal enlightenment contributes to communal harmony. Global gathering for peace. The Mahakumbh Mela 2025 attracted over 400 million devotees, making it one of the largest peaceful congregations in human history. This immense assembly showcases India's commitment to facilitating the harmonious environment where individuals from around the world can seek spiritual solace. The festival inclusive nature encourages dialogue and understanding among various cultures and faiths. By participating in shared rituals and experiences, attendees cultivate mutual respect and empathy, essential component for global peace. Infrastructure and safety measures. Obviously, organizing an event is of this magnitude necessitates meticulous planning and robust infrastructure. The Uttar Pradesh government has established a special administrative district encompassing 40 square kilometer area managing the influx of pilgrims. Measures include the deployment of 50,000 security personnel and installation of AI-powered camera for crowd monitoring, ensuring the safety and well-being of all participants. Cultural expressions of peace. The Mahakumbh is not only solely a religious event, it is a vibrant cultural festival. Traditional music, dance, art, exhibitions, and discourse sessions provide platforms for expressing and promoting message of peace and unity. The festival also showcases the traditional sari and colorful garments worn by Indian women, symbolizing rich cultural heritage of India. These cultural expressions serve as reminders of the diverse yet unified fabric of Indian society, where peace is both personal pursuit and collective responsibility. The Mahakumbh Mela serves as a profound embodiment of peace, manifesting through various dimensions. Spiritual cleansing and inner peace, like central to Mahakumbh Mela is a ritual of bathing at Triveni Sangam, the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, and mythical Saraswati rivers. Devotees believe that immersing themselves in these sacred waters purifies the soul, washes away sins, and fosters inner tranquility. This act of faith offers a path to personal peace and spiritual renewal. Communal harmony and unity. The Mahakumbh Mela attracts millions of pilgrims from diverse backgrounds, transcending social, economical, and cultural distinctions. Third point, cultural exchange and understanding. Beyond its religious significance, the Mahakumbh Mela is a vibrant cultural festival. It features traditional music, dance, art exhibitions, and discourse sessions, providing platforms for expressing and promoting message of peace and unity. Emphasis on non-violence and compassion. The teachings and discourses during the Mahakumbh Mela often highlight principles of non-violence, ahimsa, and compassion towards all beings. These values are integral to the festival ethos, encouraging attendees to embody peace in their interactions and daily lives. Such emphasis on compassionate living fosters a culture of peace that extends beyond the festival ground. Personal transformation leading to societal peace. The Mahakumbh Mela offers transformative journey for individuals, guiding them towards self-discovery and inner peace. The pilgrim undergo personal spiritual growth. They contribute to the cultivation of peaceful society. The collective impact of individual transformations during the festival underscores the profound connection between personal enlightenment and communal harmony. Alignment with UN Sustainable Development Goal 16. The Mahakumbha's emphasis on peaceful congregation and inclusive participation aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16, SDG number 16, which advocates for peace, justice, and strong institutions. The festival's successful management showcases effective governance and the ability to maintain harmony amidst vast diversity, serving a model for peaceful societies worldwide. Resilience for faith in the modern era. Despite rapid advancement in technology and pervasive influence of artificial intelligence, the Mahakumbh remains a vibrant testament to the deep and vitality of human faith. The festival's enduring appeal highlights the intrinsic human desire for spiritual connection and communal harmony, transcending the fast-paced nature of modern life. Peace is often regarded as a fundamental pillar of thriving societies. It forms the foundation upon which nations build their economical, social, cultural infrastructures. To measure peace in a country or locality, it is helpful to consider the development across various sectors. transformative or infrastructure development as a sign of peace. A peaceful society allows for the steady development of infrastructure ranging from transportation networks to healthcare system. When peace prevails, resources can be allocated efficiently, focusing on creating an environment conducive to growth. This also includes the construction of functional spaces for communities to flourish, as well as the establishment of systems that ensure welfare of citizens. Scientific advancement of technological innovation. Science and technology are key drivers of progress, and they thrive in societies that provide an atmosphere of peace. In such environments, scientific inquiry and technological innovation are encouraged, leading to advancement that improve the quality of life. Peaceful conditions ensure the intellectual pursuits free from disruptions of conflict or instability can continue without hindrance. Scientific collaborations, research and development projects can proceed effectively. Commerce and economical prosperity. Economic growth and commercial activity are intricately linked to the peace of the society. Trade, entrepreneurship, and business ventures can only prosper in an environment free from the chaos of violence, war, or social unrest. A peaceful nation nurtures a secure marketplace where goods and services can flow freely. Societal well-being and social cohesion. Peace contributes to societal well-being by promoting social stability and reducing conflicts. When people feel safe, their physical, mental, and emotional health improves. Moreover, the quality of life enhances in peaceful societies where citizens can live without fear or of violence or instability. There is a greater social cohesion with individuals collaborating and contributing to the collective welfare of the community. In such environments, individuals have the freedom to pursue education, career aspirations, and personal fulfillment, which further drives the prosperity of the society. The arts as a reflection of societal harmony. Art has long been a mirror of a society from which it emerges. It provides us a window into a cultural, intellectual, and emotional fabric of a community. The arts, in all their forms, reflect the values and ideals of the society. They are shaped by historical, philosophical, and spiritual narratives of the community, and in turn help shape those narratives. When peace prevails, the society can invest in nurturing its artistic talents, allowing for the preservation and evolution of its cultural heritage. Art is a pathway of healing and reconciliation. In addition to being a reflection of peace, art can also act as a powerful tool for healing and reconciliation in post-conflict societies. While the development of infrastructure, scientific advancement, commerce, and societal well-being are all essential indicators of peace, it is the arts that serve as the most profound measures of social harmony. Art is not only a reflection of peace, but also a vehicle through which societies can preserve their heritage, stimulate creativity, and heal from past wounds. Now, let's come towards Mahakumbh 2025. So, Mahakumbh 2025 is not just a religious gathering, it's a profound manifestation of peace that operates at multiple levels. The concept of peace in Mahakumbh can be analyzed through various parameters, each of which contributes to the festival's ability to unite millions in harmony. These are some parameters of peace that reflect through the Mahakumbh Mela. First one is inner peace, that is Atmika Shanti, which can be termed as a spiritual upliftment. At its core, the Mahakumbh is an introspective journey where individuals seek self-purification and liberation, that is moksha. Pilgrims participate in spiritual practices such as holy deep, that is snan in the Triveni Sangam, meditation and yogic practices, discourses by saints, satsang and pravachana and all. Then comes social peace. The Mahakumbh is a melting pot of diverse communities, languages, and traditions. Despite a vast crowd, the festival remains largely peaceful due to absence of social discrimination, seva, that is service, and dana, that is charity, and akhadas and religious institutions. Such large-scale social cohesion makes the Kumbh a global example of peaceful coexistence. Environmental peace, that is Paryavaraniya Shanti, harmony with nature. The Mahakumbh promotes a deep respect for nature, aligning with the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. Efforts to maintain environmental peace include river conservation initiatives, eco-friendly arrangements. These practices reinforces the connection between spirituality and ecological responsibility, ensuring that faith and nature thrive in harmony. Then there is political peace, Rajanitik Shanti, stability and good governance, like strategic planning, efficient crowd management, infrastructural development, and all. Then economic peace, Arthika Shanti, livelihood and prosperity. The Mahakumbh provides economic opportunities to thousands of local vendors, artisans, and service providers. Its economical impact includes employment generation, promotion of traditional craft, spiritual tourism boost. By ensuring economic well-being, the Mahakumbh indirectly promotes peace by reducing economic disparity and empowering local communities. And the last one is global peace, as that is Vaishvika Shanti, and which can be seen as India's soft power as well. At the largest peaceful gathering in the world, the Mahakumbh symbolizes India's message of universal peace and spiritual diplomacy. UNESCO's recognition as an intangible cultural heritage, affirming its global significance. International participation and spiritual diplomacy. Through such outreach, the Mahakumbh strengthens global harmony and interfaith dialogue, positioning India as a leader in peace and spirituality. Here, interfaith means Shaiva, Vaishnava, Ganapatya, different sects in we can say Vedic traditions. These are some achievements of Mahakumbh 2025, which is increased participation, global outreach, and improved infrastructure. I have brought one beautiful video, but if organizers permit, we can play it. If not, we can go further. See the vast canvas of this Kumbh 2025. Since we are in scarcity of time, we'll stop the video and we'll go next. The Mahakumbh 2025 is a model for peace by integrating inner, social, environmental, political, economic, and global peace. The Mahakumbh 2025 emerges as a living example of peace in action. It teaches us that true peace is holistic. It begins with the self, extends to the society, and ultimately influences the world. Let us embrace the Mahakumbh's spirit of unity, faith, and harmony, and strive to create a world where peace is not just an aspiration, but a lived reality. I thank the Amrithagiri Foundation for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much. Anugruhitosmi. Dhanyavad. Ruchinam Maichitra Dujagdilana Pathajusham Nrunameko Gamnes Tonsi Paisa Marana Vaivam. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Sandeep Tigale. for the brilliant PPT presentation as well, which has really cleared many of our doubts. And finally, over to the host, Shri Denny Amrithagiri, for the vote of thanks.
Namaste to all. Namaste. Is it audible? It's really, I'm so happy and delighted to meet all the global scholars of peace aspirants, peace lovers, students. If I want to explain the experience, I mean, my mentor, my professor, Great sir, asked me to explain about the Mahakumbh experience. I should say, it was an amazing experience where you feel the true spirit of the universal brotherhood. You will definitely realize the true feel of the oneness of the human family. That was my experience. All were very peaceful. Everywhere you get free food, free water, prasad, and even you meet anyone, including the soldiers, the forces, or the devotees, the Baba, sadhus, the public, everyone. Just say Pranam, Har Har Mahadev. And we can see the true unity of our human family. That was my true experience. And I realized the true meaning of the Vasudeva Kudumbakam when I was blessed to have the opportunity to get the Shahi Snan bath, the sacred bath in the Sangh, along with the Sadhu Sannyas, Babajis. It's beyond of words, I should say. And this was the same experience of everyone, even the police officers, the soldiers, the military people, all were having a type of meditative mood on their face. And there was a grace on the face. It's a big fact. Some type of supernatural power was there to govern, to organize this big gathering, the world's largest spiritual gathering. I should say that. I don't know the science or logic behind it, but it's my true experience. And I felt like the Mother Earth wants us get united. And the profound ideology of our Bharat was renounced, like Vasudeva Kudumbakam, Loka Samasta Sugano Bhavandu. I truly felt, even I shared this same thing with some of the scholars over there, and they were also saying the same thing. Only our Bharat can lead the world toward peace and harmony with its profound ideologies of Vasudeva Kudumbakam. And that was my experience. And Mahakumbh, now it's going to be over with our Shivaratri. Some of you may not be couldn't be able to come and have this experience. But now Mahakumbh 2025 at Prayagraj is over, but Arthakumbhs are coming. Our holy Ganga river is there in the Himalayas. We Amrithagiri is there to assist you to come to Himalaya to participate in the beautiful Ganga Arati and feel the real spirituality and Ganga Snan. Everything is there. I invite you all to come to Himalayas. We Amrithagiri volunteers are there to support you all. Now I have gone through the publications and some speeches of the scholars who have delivered the speech here in our webinar, especially our Professor Priyankar Upadhyaya sir and Sadashiv Diveji sir, of course, Professor Nishkant Boghe, Devendra Mule, and Sandeep Dikhale. I have gone through few publications and speeches that they have already delivered. What I felt like how beautifully they explained how to integrate the science and the spirituality together, demonstrating how it can be supporting each other in a complementary manner, which will lead the entire world towards peace. In essence, or in other words, only our Bharat can nurture the heart of science, where the brain of science is nourished and nurtured by the West. Yes, only Bharat can do. Our ancient philosophy of Bharat only can do. We are well equipped for that, and our nation is working for that. Yes, a science without the nourished heart will cause the self-destruction of the human race. That was a warning actually I got. I mean, I felt when I went for the sacred bath, holy bath in the Mahakumbh. I don't know how to present it. It was a true feeling. Even COVID, many signs are already given to our world. Human being, you have to get united and you should realize the fact that we all are from the single human's family beyond all the boundaries of religions, caste, geographical boundaries, not only that, even gender. We are beyond of all boundaries, and we should have a true spirit of the universal brotherhood. And we all are from this single same human family and the spirit of that siblings, that brotherhood. With that type of a true spirit, if we approach the national or international conflicts, of course, I am sure we can find amicable solutions where all our senior citizens, our beloved children, especially our upcoming youth generation, they have to live peacefully, happily. They have to live healthily, fearlessly. They have to live on a planet without the fear of war. There should be a planet without war for them. It's the responsibility of senior generation. And you, all our scholars are working for it. I'm sure. Let us all pray for such a beautiful, peaceful world beyond all the boundaries of religions, human-made boundaries, religions or whatever it may be. On behalf of Amrithagiri and Associates, I express my gratefulness to all the scholars who delivered the meaningful speech here, and our organizers, 1111 team, Vijayambi MM, all were working very hard as the pillars behind this webinar organization. And I invite you all, your prayers, your strong desires for a peaceful world that will radiate together. And I strongly believe it will get connected with the collective intelligence of the universe, and that will happen. I'm sure our world, a peaceful world, is coming up. Our nation is working on it, and we should support our nation. That's the mission, that's the vision of our Amrithagiri. Thank you all. Invite your prayers and support and the possible actions. Let your family, your mind, your own self be filled with the peace, and let it be spread among the state, nation, and finally all the world will be peaceful. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you all. The meeting is over. Thanks for all the participation. Thanks to all the participants and for the great participation. And we will be soon releasing it as a published version of seminar. Thank you all.
Hi, the link for certificates are pinned in the message. So kindly fill the form link. You'll get the certificates in your mail.